Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by my Easy Cooking channel tonight. You know, I get a lot of requests from across the pond. I get a lot of requests from England. And about 2 months ago, I got a request from somebody called Strikebreaker. And he wanted to know how to take a pork shoulder, blade in, which can be a rather tough cut of meat, and turn it into something delicious and tender. So I put him on my list because I've been doing requests for people lately, and tonight I'm going to fulfill his request. Tonight I'm going to make a slow cooker pork shoulder recipe that's somewhat akin to the beef bourguignon recipe I made some time back, except instead of making the pork in red wine, I'm going to make it in a white wine Dijon based sauce with pearl onions, potatoes, and mushrooms, and it's going to be delicious. So I want to thank you for stopping by. And as usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys. First order of business. I have 8 ounces of andouille sausage, French andouille sausage that my butcher makes, and he does a damn good job of it. Okay. I need to brown this up because this is going to add a base flavor layer to the slow cooker meal. Okay, now here's the trick with slow cooker recipes. A lot of people take a chicken or a piece of beef or pork and just throw it in the slow cooker with potato and onion and let it go. Sometimes that's just not very good. Okay, the best way to utilize a slow cooker or a crock pot is to pre-cook some of the ingredients depending on what it is you're making. So I'm going to brown up this sausage and then move on to the next step. Okay guys, the second order of business is dusting the pork shoulder. Okay, I've dusted it in flour that's been seasoned with salt and black pepper, and I'm going to put it in this oil. This is some of the fat that came out of the andouille sausage. If you have to add a little bit of extra olive oil to do this, go ahead. Okay, make sure that your pork has been patted dry. You don't want any excess moisture because if you do, it won't brown properly. So, okay guys, so there you see it. Some light browning, okay, with the flour coat. I'm doing the pork in batches. I've got about one more batch to go to brown up, and then we're going to move on to the next step, which is going to be browning up the vegetables, so hang on tight. Okay guys, next step is browning of my carrots, celery, and pearl onions in the same pan with the fat from the sausage and the pork. And I'm going to add just a little bit crushed black pepper, just a little bit, some freshly ground Italian sea salt that I got laying around. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to brown these vegetables up, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and brown them up in here and set it all aside, and then we're going to get going making the slow cooker pork. Hang on tight. Okay guys, the vegetables have browned, and now it's time to do the mushrooms. And what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to deglaze the pan. Just a touch of white wine, and then in go the mushrooms. Okay? I'm going to add a little more white wine. Okay? Get the pan to deglaze. Get the mushrooms to soften up. Okay. And once these mushrooms are done, we're going to start building the crock pot and getting this whole meal together. Alright, there we go. And on top of that, I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. Cook the mushrooms. And we are well on our way. This will take about 5 minutes to sweat the mushrooms down. Okay. Just about 5 minutes. A little bit of salt. A little bit of black pepper. Build those flavor layers. Just a little bit. There we go. At another 4 minutes, these mushrooms will be sweated down and we'll start building the meal. Okay guys, let's go. I've got this crock pot set on low. The first thing I'm going to put in is a well-charred onion. Okay? Just a lovely well-charred onion for taste. Okay? Now, I'm going to add the meat to the pot as well. The browned pork. There's about 4 or 5 pounds here. And I'm just going to lay it here in layers. Okay? Get it in there into the little pockets, little chunks, nice layers, right over the onion. There we go. Okay. It's all about layers. And a lot of times when it comes to talking about crock-pot cooking or slow cooking, it's about pre-cooking, like the browning of the pork that we did here. Looks lovely. Smells great. Get the juices. Yep. Next thing we're going to add andouille. Okay. The andouille sausage and all that flavor. Alright. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. It's about 4 cloves. Okay. About 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to put my veggies on top of that. Carrots, onions, celery. Brown. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Oh my God. Okay. And then on top of that, I can get it to lay level, my sauteed mushrooms. There we go. This is going to be excellent. Okay. Now, on top of that, 1 bottle of white wine. You could use whatever you want. Chardonnay, Soave. Okay. I'm using a Pinot Gris because I like Pinot Gris. Alright, there we go. That is 1 750 milliliter bottle, 1/5 of wine. Okay. Okay. Now, on top of that, 2 cups of chicken stock. Okay. A lot of fluids in here. 2 cups of chicken stock. It will stop at about 1 inch above the top if you can see it. Okay. Then I'm going to tie off my bouquet garni, okay, which is just made of 2 bay leaves, about a teaspoon of rosemary, teaspoon of thyme, little bit of tarragon, okay. And I'm just going to put it together here in my cheesecloth. I know you can't see it because it's off camera. I have space limitations in my humble little kitchen. Okay. So I'm just going to make a loosely packed bouquet garni. Okay. There we go. Loosely made bouquet garni. Off camera. I'm going to snip off the excess string. And basically, here it is. Okay. And I'm going to stick that right here on the side. Okay. I'm going to put the lid on this puppy and let this go for a couple of hours. And then we have some more ingredients to add. So, I'll see you soon. Okay guys, here it is. This is the slow cooker pork. And it's been cooking now for about 4 hours. Okay, and to that, I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. Okay, there you go. You got the white wine. You got the spices from the andouille. And I'm just going to lighten it up with about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Okay. We'll add another layer of flavor, a little bit of spice. Okay. But who doesn't love flavor of Dijon mustard. All right, here we go. Here we go. Look at that sauce. Oh, smells absolutely fantastic in here. Look at that meat. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Turn this a few times. There we go. Got about another 2 to 4 hours, just depending, okay, on how I want this to turn out. So I'm going to continue cooking this, and we'll check in on it a little later. Okay guys, here's the slow cooker pork, okay? It's been cooking for about 6 hours, and I'm going to add my potatoes now. Now I've got some baby reds, okay? I wanted to use baby golds, but they didn't have any at the market. So I said, okay, I'll just use these tiny little baby reds. They're just as delicious. And I'm going to line this crock with these baby reds, okay? These are going to cook for about an hour, okay? These are going to cook for about an hour in the sauce with the pork. And there we are, right up to the level. Okay, these are going to cook for about an hour, and they're also going to help thicken this sauce and add a little flavor as well. So I'm going to cook this for 1 more hour, and then it's going to be time to plate up. So you guys hang. Well, there you have it, guys. Slow cooker pork shoulder with potatoes, carrots, in a white wine Dijon mustard sauce. The pork is so tender. Look at that. Just tear it apart with a fork. Just delicious. Don't even need a knife. Everything is nice and tender. Okay. Give this recipe a try. I'm sure you'll like it. Make it your own. Mix it up. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.